tonight. We're getting ready for Ice and Death 2. As you can see, I hadn't cleaned up anything yet on the board. I'm going to do that in a moment. We're going to do our XP rundown on how we spent it for the two decks real quick. So we'll start with Diana. You can see here we spent 1 XP on Azure Flame and then the 2 from Arcane Research. We had 5 remaining, so we spent 4 of them on I've Had Worse. This is one of the best cards for Diana. It's a zero cost event that cancels damage or horror and then turns it into money. So not only do you get to activate your investigator skill where you can put this underneath and gain willpower and money and draw a card, you also just get extra money on top of it. So it's like a triple hitter. It's one of the best cards that she can have. It's great here. It only cancels 2. If you upgrade it to the higher level one, it would do more, but Diana doesn't get access to it because she only gets up to level 2 Guardian cards. And then with 1 remaining, we just grabbed a 4 cups. I like to have a tarot card in the deck, especially if you can pull it in the opener. But it's a slot that will give you a permanent stat increase, and it's usually not occupied, and so I like to have 1 in the deck for each person, which you'll see in a moment as I show you Trish's, because she also has a tarot card. It says that she has 11 XP. Remember, we have In the Thick of It that gave us our original 3, which we used on Sharon's Obol, which is how she also has 8. So we grabbed 2 Aeon charts, just the level 1 version for now. We grabbed Easy Mark, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the other big one, we got Hiking Boots was the 5, and then Streetwise was 8. You may have noticed that I had a lot of money in the last campaign, and that was intentional, or in the last round rather. Now we have an outlet for that money. We can use it for either intellect or agility, and that should make the rest of the deck run really smoothly. And then Aeon Chart's just one of the strongest cards in the game. At first I thought I wasn't going to get the upgraded version because she only gets access to certain level secret cards, but then I remembered it's secondary rogue. So it's super fun, and I get to play with both versions, and I will be upgrading into Aeon Chart level 4 very soon, and probably Unearth the Agents, although for Trish it's a little harder to get value from that, but with Streetwise that might be okay. We'll take a look at it. In any case, that's the experience spend, so we're going to hop in here and start setting up the way the decks are supposed to be. I mean the encounter cards. So let's open up this. Alright. Okay, so as I said last night, even though we are technically picking up again, so we have to do that, someone has to have Cookie, so that's going to be in Trisha's deck, and then Diana's going to have the other. I just need to clean up the play areas. Normally I would use this super nifty button, but unfortunately, because I don't want to clean up the map, I need to be a little bit more precise and do everything manually. So that's going to mean is we just take all these and pick them up and then put them into the trash can, grab that. That's from the previous. Oh, actually, I might need that, but we'll see. We'll grab this, we'll grab this. This might actually come back, so we'll throw that up there. We'll discard that to the top. Grab all this stuff and put it in here. The reason we have to get rid of all the player cards and whatnot is because we upgraded our decks. So we're going to have to press build again. But if you remember, we have the Techie Lilies over here, and then the allies over here. So there's Cookie and then the Techie Lilies. So that's all taken care of. We don't need these 2, as they will have gone. Let's look in here real quick and see. Okay, this does have all the locations and whatnot. So I think actually all that I just did was not necessary. So if you keep things on the outside of these 2 lines, when you use the cleanup button, they won't get cleaned up. So you'll see that right now. So everything got hoovered up. Let's get out of here so we don't mess up anything, and we'll click place for Ice and Death 2. So it put everything down, which is great. I don't know if we're going to see possessed enemies. I don't know what that's about. Story cards. We'll take a look. Alright, these locations are all in. Let's click build. That'll drop everything in for us. Okay, so this goes over here. We did not get a chance to interpret the dreams last round, which was really unfortunate. So our Essence of the Dream is still weak. And then these are just the cards for that. We'll throw these in here. Danforth will show up with Diana, and Cookie with Trish. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. This is Trish's card, though. That's right. I need to change team, not team. Change color to Game Master. There we go. We'll grab this Techie Lily. This is so we just don't forget. Alright, all that's taken care of. Before we do mulligans, let's hop into this and make sure we do everything else correctly. We took care of that. Our starting resource is going to be the base value of the shelter camp, which I believe is 6. It was up here. Yep, 6. So we each get an extra starting money, which is nice. We have to pick somebody, but they can't be someone who is MIA. Put the story into play in your investigator area, and then if they had any damage, make that correct. Gather all the cards from the sets. Okay. Build the deck using agendas 4 through 6 and Act 2. So I'm sure that's what's going on here. Act 2, Agenda 4. Yep, perfect. Put each remaining set-aside location into play, but we had them all done. Place clues on each revealed location to its value. So they're all going to be revealed. Is that what it is? Yeah, so they were all... Actually, this one, the barrier camp, was not revealed. The rest were. Okay. So basically we're putting the clues back on. Several members went missing. Find each possessed enemy in the Lost in the Night encounter set whose matches someone who was MIA, and set them aside face down and remove the rest from the game. So we know that there was 2 people who went MIA overnight. One of them was Takata, and one of them was Amy. So it then says to put the rest aside. So we've done that. Oh no, did I forget to pull the rest of the... Nope, here it is. Good. There's the rest of the Techie Lily deck. In the correct order. The story cards are going to be for something else. Let's keep going. Find them. Set the rest aside. Find the story cards from the Lost in the Night encounter set and shuffle them. One at a time, add one of these cards face down to the previously set aside enemies until there are a total of exactly 9. Remove the unused story cards from the game. Okay. So we have the 2 enemies here, so we're going to need 7 story cards. So we're going to just take one and remove it. Flip these over, put them together, shuffle, 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 and we've done that. Alright. Shuffle the 9, and then place 1 beneath each of the 9 uncharted locations in play. Okay. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are just mainland. Glacier, whatever, mountains, and that one's uncharted. So it's glacier, mainland, mountains. Alright, so we put the 9 in. Each investigator begins at the camp. Shuffle the gathered encounter cards into the encounter deck, and you're ready to begin. Okay, so we're going to shuffle up this. This is new for me. I've never actually had any people get starved out, I don't think. I think we've always had the exact amount, so this is new. Alright, we start up here at the cave, so we gotta move up here, because we start at our camp. Let's see, investigators spend 2 clues as a group to get the encounter card. If you're at camp, resign. So we have to maybe come back to camp at the end. Find as many missing expedition members as you can by adding them to the victory display, and then head back to camp if each undefeated investigator advances resign. Okay. So we've done that, we've done this, we're here. Great. Alright, so let's start mulligans for Trish. Well, she can't have that by rule, so she'll take another card. Alright, well, we're definitely going to keep this one. This one's one of the best, so we're going to keep that. We're probably going to want to commit this to that, so we'll just send these 2 back. This card's great, but we don't need it just yet. 1, 2. Alright, well, we definitely don't need 2 of those. Did I not update... Didn't I see her weakness? Did I not update her deck? I know I updated... I did not update Trish. I did update Diana. What was Trish's weakness? It was an enemy, wasn't it? Hmm. Let's see if I can quickly see. Uh, let's see. Oh, hello. Someone sent me a message on Twitch. That was nice of them. But anyway, I don't remember what my weakness was from last night, and I believe this is legal. Yep, this is from Edge of the Earth. So we'll keep it for now, and then whichever one is worse, we'll take. Ooh, I did it, the thing. I pressed 1, which is to draw 1 normally, but as the game master, it draws 1 for everybody. So I have backed up enough so that it is no longer a problem. I'm just going to need to draw 2 cards now, and we know it's going to be 1, 2. That's going to go away, and then we get 1 more. Alright, so we've mulliganed for Trish. Now we'll mulligan for Diana. Alright, well, that's not legal to start with, so is that. Alright, so you definitely want to have cards to do canceling with Diana, and she's going to want to be able to help out with cluing with Sixth Sense. I also like keeping permanent abilities, so we're just going to send the other 2. This is a pretty strong start for Diana. We've got a lot of really good cards here, so Diana's going to be very helpful in this mission. You'll see part of why I love her so much. She's able to do so little, or so much with so little. Alright, so it's time to begin the ramping process. So Diana's going to play her Rosary as action 1. We have 5 Doom. I think that's going to be enough time for David to die, so we get a willpower from that. We'll use her to place a Doom on him. Since there's a Doom on him, we get another willpower. And then we'll spend the remaining money to play Sixth Sense. And now we are set up to go. We have 2 cards we can play in the Mythos phase that will help increase our willpower. We didn't have any way to do it to start. Like normally, if you have Dark Prophecy or some of the cards that cancel out the tokens that you pull, you can get willpower even on your first turn, but it's okay. So now it's Trish's turn. As we said, the most important card for Trish is always going to be or for most investigators that are seekers, it's going to be Dr. Milan, or have access to seeker cards. We're then going to use deduction and commit perception and quick thinking. So we use 1 for Milan. We're doing 1 for this test. We are now 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 to 4 is +5. We have succeeded, so we get our action back because we succeeded by 2 or more. We're going to draw a card from perception. We're going to exhaust Milan to get a money. Remember, we're playing with Taboo. And then we're going to have deduction go to the discard pile, and we're going to get 2 of the clues here from the cave. We're then going to spend 3 of our money to play Death to get another stat, and then we'll investigate at +2. And we'll succeed 1 more time and grab this clue. So we're lower on cards, but we have gotten many clues, and we're set up. We're very strong, so that's good. So we can go right to the upkeep. We are very set up. Alright, upkeep again. So this is how you find your signature or weapon. You want to use it a little bit later, but it's a way to get the blade if you really need it. Alright, so we put a Doom on the agenda. Let's make sure we shuffle the encounter cards and draw 1. Diana's still the lead investigator, so she'll grab hers. She found a monster. When you defeat it, you get the Techie Lily card. Okay. And test agility. For each frost damage, take a damage. Okay, so we're not going to commit this, and we can't use Streetwise because we don't have enough. Actually, Streetwise, we don't have enough money for it, but that's okay. So we'll test it +1. So we're going to fail. So we take 2 damage. We could put some on Cookie, but for now we'll take it. We don't want to use this soak on the survivors unless we have to, or the team members. Alright, so we're not in the best spot because we don't have a card for Diana yet. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to use Cookie's ability, and we're going to shoot. So Trisha's gonna go first. So she's gonna use Cookie, spend 1 ammo and exhaust to fight with a base skill of 5. So it's 5 to 2, which is +3. Let's go grab this. We need to do clone, bring it down here. Okay, that's -2, so it's going to be a success, so it's going to deal 1 damage. Let's read the rest of Cookie's ability. If you succeed and they're not elite, it will not attack for the remainder of the round, which includes the enemy phase. So that's now, so we can basically ignore that for the rest of this round. Unfortunately, that means that we're not going to get a chance to play our hiking boots. Well, it could. Sorry, we did 1 action to fight. Yeah, we could. So we could get a money, but in short, investigating is going to work the same way with Dr. Milan. So we're just going to investigate. So we're +2. I believe that's actually a failure. Yep. And we're going to fail by 1, so we discard by 1, and that's super punishing because now we can't assemble the 3 aces until we shuffle through. Cool. We'll investigate again. Also a fail. Alright, unfortunate. Well, we know we now have a way to kill our David Renfield, so let's check the math here. So there's 2 Doom now. If we use him, there will be 3. We'll get a 4th, so we're okay to use him. So we'll put a 2nd Doom on David and get 2 more resources. From there, we will draw a card. So that's a fast. So we draw 1 card. Okay, we will draw another card. We're looking for a combat spell, really. Okay. And then we'll investigate with Guts. So we are testing 5 to... Actually, we won't investigate. We'll play Ritual Candles. That makes way more sense. Yeah. Alright, so that's our 3 actions. We go to the monster phase because of Cookie's ability. The nonsense won't attack, and we go to the upkeep. Okay. There's a wonderful card. So we put a Doom on the agenda. As we said, the Doom is now 4, and we are taking encounter cards. So encounter card here, 0 visibility. Now, the test itself doesn't really matter too much, but what we really want to do is use this. And so we're going to, oh, actually, yeah, we can use David Renfield to get 3 more money. And put another Doom on him now since the Mythos phase has already checked for the Doom. And then we'll play Ward of Protection. We'll exile Ward of Protection under Diana, and we'll assign the Horror to David. So he'll get discarded. And then because when you put a card under Daniela, or Diana rather, you get a money, and so you don't have to actually pay anything, and you also draw a card. And then the net out is you spent, you lost the willpower to David, but you gained it from putting a card underneath, and that's a reaction. Then this gets discarded by the ward, and then we go again. Okay, attached to here, you cannot play cards or draw cards from your deck. Alright, so you basically can't stay here to do those things. Alright, well, normally I'd want to play a combat card and maybe kill this guy, but we're not allowed to now. We're in the investigator phase, so Diana readies her ability, or her reaction. So we have some choices we can make. I think what we're going to start with is Trish's turn, because that will be informative. So the first thing we're going to do is play our hiking boots, which gives us another agility, which is always nice. And then if we get the last clue, we get to move out for free. As a fast, we can spend 2 clues to get the card beneath our location, so we're going to do that right now. And the reason we're doing that is because we hope to get this clue with our last one, so alright. There is nothing here but ice and snow. Remove a frost token from the bag and add this to the display. Alright, so that's good for us. Anytime we can get out frost tokens. Wait, there should have been frost tokens in the bag. Why would they... Why was there none? At minimum, that should have been there. We had 2 in the bag at the end of the last one, so the 1 is correct. I don't know why this bag is like this. I didn't take anything out. That's so weird. Alright. Moving along. We have taken that out. That was the card underneath. We have 1 more action, or 2 more actions. We have no more money, so we're just going to investigate the location at +2. We're going to succeed and get the clue, as we discussed a moment ago. Whenever we get the last clue from a location, we can move to a connecting location that is either unrevealed or at least has one clue. This qualifies, so Trish will move down here. Um, and then this, oh, and then we investigated, so Milan can generate money. So then we'll investigate again with our third action. We are +3. That's a success, so we'll grab a clue from this location. Alright, so now it's Diana's turn. So the first thing we're going to do is investigate this location. Oh no, we can't do that. Never mind. I wanted to do investigate the location because I wanted to use prepared for the, or sorry, I've had worse, but this says I'm not allowed to. And opportunity attacks happen. Yeah. So what we're going to do instead is attack the monster in front of us, and we're going to commit prepared for the worst. So we're +2 to the attack. We succeed, so it dies. When that monster dies, we have to draw the top card of the Techie Lily deck and shuffle it into our deck. So we do that. That's action 1. We're now going to leave this location. That's action 2. And then we're going to investigate with Guts. So we are 5 to 3, so we're +2. Half the shelter of the location, so 3 rounded up is 2, so we succeed. Guts, so we draw a card. We grab another David, that's great. And then we will get the clue. Alright, so there's 2 Doom on this agenda, and so we'll go to upkeep from there. So it was fight, move, investigate. Okay, Techie Lily, place one of your clues on your location. Right on time to punish us. However, so this goes to the bottom of the Techie Lily deck. We can now use Danforth. Danforth says whenever you draw a Techie Lily weakness, you can exhaust him and draw 2 more cards. So we'll draw 1, 2. Everything's awesome. Alright, our hand size is reduced by 5, so we have to discard a bunch of cards. So we don't need money, so we're going to unfortunately have to discard that. We're going all the way down to 3 cards. We can't keep duplicates. There might be... Oh, this is so hard. So I'm concerned that there's Ancient Evils in this deck. I'm pretty confident that there are. And so I want to keep the Ward of Protection. I really want to keep I've Had Worse because it's a free card. But I think we need the combat, so I've Had Worse is the one that goes. But that's really unfortunate that we haven't been able to take damage yet. But that's definitely the weakness that she had, so that's unfortunate. Alright, so upkeep for Trish, significantly better. Alright, and then Doom on the agenda, 3 of 5, and encounter card, starting with Diana. Alright, so this is a card that would resolve itself, but again, we're just going to try to cycle through a little bit more and get Diana some stuff, and we don't mind putting this back in the deck, so we'll do that. So we get another willpower, we get another resource, and we draw a card. Oh hey, it's Techie Lily weakness. If it is your turn, lose 1 action, or lose 1 action during your next turn, so the next turn, which will be soon. So that goes to the bottom. Unfortunately, Danforth was exhausted, so we couldn't do his ability again. So now Trish draws from the encounter deck, and hey, we found the same card. I definitely shuffled, so it is what it is. Everyone here gets -1 to their stats for this turn. So there's 3 clues here. We're going to have Diana go first. She's going to click that off. She'd only test +1, so that's not super exciting, so she's going to draw a card. That is a great card for this scenario, so I can't wait to play it. So now it's Trish's turn. Trish will begin by investigating at +3. She'll succeed. We'll exhaust Milan to gain a money. There should only be... Did I put one on top of another one? There should have been all 4 clues here because Diana dropped hers, right? Oh, Trish got 1 last turn, right? When she moved in? Let's think. Yeah, because I moved in and got 1. Yeah, okay. Okay, so that's action 1. Then we're going to play Aeon Chart. So Aeon Chart's super awesome. It's one of the new cards from Edge of the Earth. I talked a little bit about it in the past. I'll explain it now. You can, for the level 1 version of the card, you can take an extra action 3 times. It exhausts when you do it, so you can do it over 3 turns. But in short, you're paying 2 money for for 3 actions. So it's a very cost-efficient card. It's really incredible. The upgraded version for 4 experience gives you 2 actions, so it's very, very powerful. Yeah, so we're going to play that as our second action, and then we're just going to use it and test +3 to investigate, which we succeed, so we'll grab another clue, and then we'll investigate again. That'll be a failure, and that's fine. So now we move to upkeep, shortcut, upkeep. Alright, Techie Lily. So what is this? Discard an asset you control. So that'll be the ritual candles, and then we can again use Danforth to pay us with 2 more cards for drawing a Techie Lily. We drew that. So this is good. We discarded the Prepared for the Worst earlier, so it's very good that we drew it naturally. We don't have to worry about finding it. But that's fine. And then she drew Shortcut, so that's all of that. So all is well. Doom on the agenda. 4 of 5, and encounter cards. Diana's the lead investigator, so she draws first. Has to go to an empty location. When it enters play, it grabs a Doom. No, it already has it. Awesome. When it is defeated, move each Doom on it to its location, or you could test willpower or intellect. If you succeed, you take control of it and flip it over to its clue side, and then it gets discarded. Alright, we have to spend 8 clues to get in there. We only have 5, and we're going to get 1 more as 6, so we're not going to be able to go in there, so instead we're going to put it below us. Alright. So then we're going to go to Trish's card. Oh, sorry, this gets discarded at the end of the round, as did this. Alright, test willpower, where it's the shelter value of your location. If you fail, you must do some stuff. Alright, so the shelter value here is 3, so we're testing at -1. I think Diana can help, but getting to +1 isn't super exciting. And we can just take the horror and be fine with it, so we're just going to test. So we're testing at +1. Hey! We passed. It is not on an investigation, so we can't use that part. But we passed, so we don't need to worry about this. Alright, so for a number of reasons, we want Diana to go first, because she has some cards to play, and then hopefully that will inform Trish's turn. So the first thing she's going to do is play down Safeguard, which lets her move when Trish moves. Then she's going to play her Blade, so that way she can play the cards that are underneath her, which is really good for us. And then we're just going to, let's take money in case we need to play cards next turn. So that's the 3, oh, wait, sorry, Diana lost an action. Oh, that was last turn. Did I mess that up? No, I didn't. I took it off first. Okay. So, yeah, that's the 3. I played Safeguard, I'm playing Twilight Blade, and I'm gaining money back. I would have played Renfield here instead, but I had to discard him when I had to discard down to my hand size being destroyed. I did take an extra action last turn. What did I do with it? Because I remember I clicked off the weakness and did something. I don't know. I'm going to lose money just in case. I don't want to take advantage. I think I might have made a mistake because I forgot that I lost an action. So now Trish is going to go. So Trish is going to investigate here. She's +3. She'll succeed. So we'll use Milan to get our money. We'll grab the clue. Since we're getting the last clue off the location, we're going to be able to use our hiking boots, and we're going to move to an unrevealed location with clues on it, which is going to be down here. And then because Trish moves down here, we're going to be able to safeguard with her. But because of the ordering, the Lost Researcher is actually going to go to Trish based on the rules. So now we're going to investigate this parlay for this test. We're +3. I don't want to fail, so we'll go +4. I believe that covers the bag, right? Yeah, except for the snow token. So we're good. So we are going to take the clue, take the Doom, flip it to a clue, and then since there's no Doom on it, we're going to discard it. So we investigated, and then we parlayed. Alright, then we're going to investigate this location. So we're 6 to 5. We're going to spend... Ooh, actually, we're not going to spend money to do that. That's not a good idea. Let's draw a card. Of course. Alright. Leg injury can be healed as if it were a point of damage. After you move, resign, or evade, you cannot do it again for the remainder of the turn. So obviously resign, it's not going to matter. If you take a resign action, you're out. But for moving or evading, that's going to end your ability to do that again. So the evade one more than anything else. Important to note, it says an action. So the Aeon chart is not a... Oh, it is a boot. It is an action. Never mind. But the hiking boots is just a move, so this won't impact it, and Pathfinder wouldn't be impacted it. But this is good to know. I'll have to remember that with Aeon chart. Okay. So that was the card that she drew for turn. So then after that, both investigators have gone, so we'll go to upkeep. She drew that, so she'll throw that down as a fast. And then upkeep. Okay. Doom on the agenda, which will advance us. So what is this? Oh, did we forget to look at that card? We did. Let's take, before we move on, 1, 2, we'll take these 2 clues, and we'll peek at this one and find out what it would have done. Okay, it would have defeated an Eidolon enemy, but we didn't have one, so no big deal. Alright, we're over here still doing this, resolving that, doing that, we drew that, I put a Doom on, I'm doing this. Choose a face down encounter card beneath the location, look at the other side without resolving it, then turn it face down back to that location. Let's check this one. Get a copy of a Techie Lily and get rid of it. Ooh, that's nice. Okay. It's interesting that things are like counterintuitive because I have to do these kind of things, but alright. Techie Lily deck, all this is done. We cleared off all the Doom, yep, so we're drawing encounter cards. Attach your location. When you end your turn here, everyone takes 1 direct damage. At the end of the round, get rid of it. Well, we have to get a lot of clues here, so we're probably going to be here for a little bit. So let's block that. So when we block it, it gets discarded. We take a horror. We're actually going to put that horror, on the rosary because we can. Then we're going to get an intellect. We also get a resource from using our react, and we draw a card. Then we draw a counter card for her. She's going to test. What is the penalty? Damage. We don't want to take too much more damage, so let's spend 2. Actually, we just got the bonus. What are we? We're +2. We'll just test +2. I'm confident. Good reason to be. We got there. Alright, so that's all of those things. So it's time to investigate. So we're going to spend 2 resources with Dr. Milan, with Streetwise to go up to 9, so we're +4. Well, we needed it, but we'll get 1 back from Dr. Milan, which is what I was thinking about. While we're together, let's spend 2 of these clues. 1, 2, to look at this card, and it's Dr. Amy Kensler. Alright, so we'll take her, and we need to parlay with her. For each point we succeed by, we place resources on her. If we fail, we get attacked. If there's 4 resources, we throw her in. Alright, so we are +4. Let's go +7. We succeeded by 5, which is enough to add her to the display. So we have found one of our friends, so that's good. So we did an investigate, and we did this check, this parlay check. So then, I really don't want to test +1. +1 doesn't feel super great. So I think we're going to draw a card, looking for something to help. No luck. Alright. But that's enough to end Trish's turn. We'll now go over here to Diana's. She could use her ability again if the situation came up. So instead we're going to get a resource, and then with our second action we're going to play our 4 of Cups, which is going to give us another willpower, and then we'll commit Guts, and we'll test 6th Sense +3. Well, that's not a fail, so we don't get anything. And that's the 3 actions for Diana, so we can go right to Upkeep. Upkeep for Trish. Okay, that's a good one. Doom on the agenda, 1 of 5, and encounter cards. Right, Lost Researcher, need to put it somewhere. We're going to put it here. It's pretty close. See what goes on with that. And then Investigator card. Yeah. Alright. So, Let's have Diana go first. She needs to first get money. Then she'll play Spectral Razor to fight. So she's attacking 9 to 2, which is +7, which is good. Which will just kill this enemy, which gives her another Tequili. I don't know why I say the other thing. All right, so that's 2 actions. We have 1 remaining. So we are going to investigate. Actually, investigating doesn't make sense, and if we move down, we're just going to get attacked by this Lost Researcher. They don't have Hunter, so they're not a big deal, and the Doom's not going to kill us, so I'm just going to draw a card. It's a Kililili. Alright, if it's your turn, you lose 1 action. Well, luckily it was our last action, so that doesn't matter, but we will use Danforth to draw 2 more cards. So we got another safeguard, which we can't really use, and to take the initiative, which we can use very well, so that's good. We'll put that there. Alright, so now it's Trish's turn. So she's fortunate that she has no monsters to deal with, but she'll take a money, and then we'll spend 2 to investigate. We're +4. We will pass. Or actually, what is that? Half the shelter value of your location. So 4. Yep, we pass. But barely. We needed the extra money. But we'll use Milan to pay us back. And then I guess we'll play Easy Mark to get 2 money and draw a card. Game loves me. Alright, and then we'll do this. So we will use our Aeon chart to attempt to evade. So we are even. Oh, yeah, we don't have an extra action. We have to do a basic one, right? Yeah. We'll spend 2 money to be +3. And we fail, because that's a -4. It does not have alert, so we can continue. Cool. So then we go to the monster phase. Trish gets hit for 2. I think Cookie said he'd like this too, because I don't want to get too low. Alright, and then we'll go to upkeep. Tequila Lee, take a damage. Alright. All Cookie. Drink the Kool-Aid, my friend. Alright, and then upkeep over here. Let's read this text. So this would have happened simultaneously, and when Trish draws hers, we're at the same location, so we can use Danforth to draw 2 more cards. Alright, now we're finally starting to get some of our combat. There's the card that we upgraded as well. So that's going to be very helpful if we find a bad monster, so that's good. And then, so that was the 2 cards from the Tequila Lee, and that's the Delay the Inevitable. So from there, that was our upkeep. We go up here, we put a Doom on the agenda, and it's encounter cards. Alright, attached to the Lyris location, you have to make this test until you fail it. I'm really not in the mood to deal with that, so we're going to play Ward of Protection and take a horror. Yep, and so that's going to go away. Over here, oh, and we lose a wisdom, or willpower rather. Okay, attached to this location, if you end your turn here, you'll take a direct damage. Well, we're definitely not going to be doing that. Alright, so now it's Trish's turn. Yeah. Well, these guys go away when you evade them. But I think what I want to do is shortcut, which is not a move action. It's going to just move me, so it's not going to be affected by the leg injury. Diana's going to use Safeguard to come along. That way we don't have to worry about the Polar Vortex. And this is going to engage Trish per the rules. Then we're going to spend 2 money to try to evade the Shadow Agents at +3 again. That's a success, and then whenever they are evaded, they get discarded, so they go away. Then we're going to make this test, so we're +3. So that's a success, so this clue gets flipped over. This gets discarded, and then we'll investigate the location at +6. So we succeed. This is an investigation, so we're going to take a clue from here instead, because that's way better for us. I guess I could take it from over there, but we really need to do that. We need to get there anyway. And then we can use Aeon chart and investigate. Oh, and we succeeded in investigate, so we'll do that. And we succeed again. Okay, and then I guess we're here, so we'll flip this over, find out what it does. Choose a possessed enemy, take control of the... Oh, so I could have got the clue. Alright, I would have saved an action that way, but I didn't try, so that's my fault. Oh, did I spend the 2? No. 1, 2. Alright, so we're still good to go. Oh, I like when they're all facing the same way. So now it's Diana's turn. We are low on money, so in fact, that's what we're just gonna do. We're gonna get 3 money so we can play our combat. Actually, we just need 2 money because we'll get 1 from the upkeep. So let's investigate. With the last one, we're +4. +4 is fine. Locate shelter here is 2, so that's -3, so we're good. So we'll get this clue. Alright, upkeep and upkeep. Okay, we know that this won't work until we go through the deck, so that's unfortunate. We'll have to deal with that for the future. We'll throw a Doom up on the agenda, 3 of 5, and encounter cards. There's that Ancient Evils. We knew it was coming. Well, we have a Blade. We'll lose some more willpower, and we'll take some more horror, but we're not dealing with that. So that gets discarded. So we have +1, +2, +3. Yeah, so everything's correct over here. And encounter card over here. Once again, we'll just test this. We're +2. We pass. Good job, hiking boots. Alright. So I think now we're going to split a little bit. Just because of the way the game's going and the time frame that we have. So I'm going to have Diana go first. She's going to... Oh, she only has 1 clue. Never mind. We'll start up here. We'll investigate. She'll succeed and grab a clue. We'll move down. And then we'll spend Diana's clues to take a look at this one. Go get a Tekilili card and put it on the bottom of the Tekilili deck. Well, it's a little negative with Danforth, but at the same time, we've taken a lot of them out. So, in fact, we've now done all of them. Cool. So now we know for the next time that Danforth isn't the best helper and that the last one's going to be in Trish's deck. But that was action 2 was moving down, and then action 3 we're going to move back up to be with Trish. So now it's Trish's turn. She's going to investigate. She's +5. She'll succeed. Milan will pay her off. She'll grab the clue. When she grabs the clue, it's the last one, so she can use her boots. She'll move over. And then because of Safeguard, Diana can follow. That's action 1. Or not action, it's a quick or a fast. We're going to take a peek at this one. Oh, it's Takata. Alright, awesome. So Takata is spend 3 resources to parlay, and then we have to put 5 on them. Okay. So we have to spend 15 resources on Takata. Or sorry, there's 10. Hold on. Oh, put each of them on. Okay, so we have to put 10 resources. I misread this. So it's when you spend up to 3 to parlay, and then if there are 10 total, or 5 investigators, so 10. Okay. So Takata's here. They hit for 2 physical, which is pretty brutal for Trish. So we're just going to try to evade. We're +2, so let's try that. So we successfully have evaded Takata. I would like then to put 3 resources on them. So we'll take this. We can't write 3 on that, can we? No, that doesn't work. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. All right, so then we'll go to our upkeeps. There we go. That's a good card for what we're going to need to do. 9 cards for Diana, though, so she'll have to discard 1. And she likely won't need 2 copies of Safeguard. Upkeep over here. That's a great card as well. Put a Doom on the agenda, 4 of 5, and encounter cards. Alright, when it enters play, it comes in with a Doom, which is here. When it's defeated, put the Doom onto the location, and if you evade it by a lot, take control of the Doom and put it onto clue side, and if there's no clues, discard it. So basically, it's an evade thing. Cool. Oh, sorry, this would have had to have readied, and we would have put it on Diana. But we will take this, that's no problem. Alright, and there's the Ancient Evils. So we can't play the other cards. We could... I don't want to advance this turn, so we're going to play Dark Insight, which is going to shuffle this back into the deck. That also costs us... Oh, I've already reduced it. We're down to the +2. Yeah. Okay. And that's exhausted. Alright. We will engage this monster. We will attempt to evade it. That is successful. It is a -3 check, or onto the check, and then that gets discarded. So engage, evade, and then we will use Cookie to make it so he doesn't attack, so Diana can do stuff. No, that doesn't make any sense, right? Oh, I should have had Diana. Well, she had both of them on. I could have had Diana go first and evade. Yeah, you know what? Let's undo this turn. 1, 2, 3. This guy comes back into play. And that's all that I did. Yeah. Alright, we'll have Diana go first. She's going to evade Takata. She's +4 to or +3 to that. This location is only 7, so that's 3, so she's... is it up? It is up. It's -4, so she fails. I should have evaded that guy, but I didn't. Okay. So instead, what do I do? I guess we punch this guy? Sure. We'll punch this guy at +2. That's a failure as well. None of this is good. There's not a single symbol I could pull that would be beneficial to play Dark Prophecy for. Alright, well, I guess we'll just try to evade again. And that's a fail. Alright, so I guess we will do what I said. And then with our final action for Trish, it'll be investigate? Yeah, sure. Which is a success, so we grab another clue, and then we can use Milan to get money. So then we go to the monster phase. We're going to play Deny Existence to block 2 of the damage. We get a money and draw a card because of Diana's power. Whenever you would take damage, you can use Deny Existence to block it. If I had more money, I would have been able to play Delay the Inevitable, but I did not, so here we are. Alright, then we'll go to Upkeep. Okay. And Upkeep. That's a great card. Wish we would have had that earlier. Doom in the agenda will advance us. Choose a face-down card and peek, then return it beneath that location. So we'll check this one. Top 9 cards for Techie Lily and put them on the bottom. Oh, did I mess this up? I thought it was the whole deck. Where is it? Search your... This was the whole deck. Okay, so there's different ones for Techie Lily cards. Okay. So we know that these two don't really matter. Maybe this one does. We'll figure it out. We really just need to get Takata safe and to get back to our location. That's the main thing. Encounter cards. Okay, so you have to make an agility test when you leave the location. Might be super important in a little while. And when you get a clue, you must discard your hand. Okay, well that's going to be a life decision situation. Alright, well we can get 10 resources onto Takata. So I guess that's what we're going to... Or yeah, we can go 1, 2, 3, parlay Takata. 1, 2, 3. We can then investigate the location. knowing that it's going to empty our hand, but we're going to get it emptied anyway, so we'll commit everything to the test. We succeed, and we could take a clue from anywhere. So we'll take it from here, because we're not intending to go back there. And then we will discard our hand. What does it read? Where did I put the thing? Where's the card? This is over here where it's supposed to be. This is there. Oh, here it is. Okay. After you discover or take control of one or more clues, discard each non-weakness card. Discard this. Yeah. And then after all that happens, the perception will go off and we'll draw a card. Okay. Sure, we'll play Crack the Case and get 3 money. We'll also use Milan to get a 4th. But then we will use our final action to put 3 money onto Takata. We were only going to be putting 1, but we drew Crack the Case, so that's even better. So that gets us to 9. So that's all 3 of Trish's actions. So now Diana will go and put the 10th one on, so that will put Takata into the victory display. So we have recovered them. We have 2 actions remaining. We're going to play Uncage the Soul to play Azure Flame as our second, and then with our third, we will investigate, and we will commit Uncage the Soul. So we are 6-3, which is +3, and we're still going to fail. Awesome. Alright, moving from there, we're going to do the upkeep. We do take the initiative, which is great. We'll do upkeep for Trish. Hey, she's got a card in her hand again. Isn't that nice? Doom on the agenda. And encounter cards. So Diana has drawn. She has to test her willpower. So she is the shelter value of her location. So 7. So we are -3. There are some rough things on here, but we can't get enough for it to be good. So instead what we're going to do is we're going to play Dark Prophecy. We're doing that so that way we reveal 5. We'll choose the skull so we fail. We're going to fail by all 3, so we're only going to choose 1. And I don't think we can take the horror because that would kill us, right? Because it's a test of 7. So we were 4. We got -half the shroud, so yeah, it would be like a 6. We can't take 6 horror. We don't have clues, so we have to add a frost token, so we'll do that. But we ignored things on the bag, so what ends up... Actually, that would have happened first. Let's think. So if we're 5, we get -4, so we're actually just 1. Yeah, it's still 6 horror that kills us. So, yep, that's our choice. But then, actually, I'm going to take the horror and eat it with Deny Existence, and then Dark Prophecy goes over here, and we just net 0 on all of that. Yeah, that works. But we did things. All right. So because we took horror with the thing, we're able to use the blade to then deny existence to horror, which reduces our willpower, but it goes back up when the Dark Prophecy goes back from ignoring the tokens. Okay, this location gives us reduced stats. That's fine. We don't have to do anything here. We've already done the... Or did we get the wooden sledge? Oh, no, I said I can't get wooden sledge, but I might, so we'll try. Alright, so we're going to have Diana go first. Yeah, we also didn't do that either. Oh no, did I get the crystal? What are the resources that I have? No, I did not. I should have thought about that when I was there. Okay. We never did that. I did do that, so it's this one. Oh, and this would have gone away at the end of the round. Alright, so we'll try this test. So Diana's 3, but 2 because of that other thing. She'll go 5, she'll go 6, she'll go 7. So she's 7-4. She's +3. I can't get any more help, so we'll just test it. Now, that's a fail. So that was action 1. Action 2, we're going to try... Oh, we were supposed to test that. Alright, I thought it was the other one that you... Alright, so let's make one test. That's a pass, okay. So then, I guess we just investigate the location. Well, we're +1. That's terrible. Let's just move up. Well, are we gonna move again as Diana? Or as Trish? Probably not. So let's draw a card. Interesting. And then I guess we'll draw another card. Tequila Lee. So let's see what this one does. Take a horror. I think Danforth can take one. He hasn't taken any yet. And then we drew a Tequila Lee, so we'll draw 2 cards. Alright. And that was her turn. Trish will move out, and then Diana will follow. So that's action 1. And then I've used my move, so I can't move again. And let me see if I just got a message about a mistake I made. It's possible. No, it's for my brother. Okay, good. Let's see. So we did action 1 was moving. We will then, I guess, investigate, or we can spend 2 clues here. 1, 2. Take a peek at this one. Remove another one from the bag. Awesome. So we undid our mistake of earlier, or our forced. Oh no, because I took it out because I took the deny existence. So we are down to 0 frost now. Awesome. We are going to need clues to get into there now, though. So let's start investigating. We're plus infinity, so we succeed. And we'll investigate again, and we succeed. We'll use Milan for resources, and we'll take 2 of these clues. We are back to 8, so we can finally enter the barrier camp. Alright, so that was all 3 of Trish's actions, so we go to Upkeep. That's a great card, we love to see it. Upkeep for Diana. Okay, that's fine. We have options now, if we need them. Doom on the agenda, and encounter cards. Test willpower. Penalty is horror. Okay. We're going to use Dark Prophecy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to choose the cultist symbol. Because we ignore tokens, when we put them back, we're going to get this. We're going to get our money back. We're going to draw another card. But importantly, we're now +2 to the test, so we pass. So that's just a... Oh, sorry, we did this one. Just a really great effect of Diana. And this goes away. Alright, then we're going to draw another encounter card for Trish. She drew the monster, which is fine. So Diana will go first. She'll start by using Azure Flame. Her Azure Flame is evolved or upgraded, so it gets an additional 2, so we're fighting +5. That's a success, so the monster will die. It was a rogue symbol, so we would take a damage, but we are now in a new phase, and we can use Eldritch Inspiration to cancel it. So we spend 0, we cancel it, we get a money, draw another card, and get another willpower. We've got 2 more actions. Oh, let's do it like that. We'll use 1 to investigate this location. So we are 6 to 2, which is +4. That's a success, and then we'll test again, and that's a success, and we can get one of these back, and we'll take back a Dark Prophecy. So we got these 2 clues. Oh, we don't want to take both of them, never mind. Alright, so we'll take 1, and then that last test we just say didn't happen. We would draw a card. Okay. The reason why I want to leave it is so we can use the hiking boots for Trish to move in. So we're going to investigate with Trish. She succeeds, but we do want the clues off this location, so we're going to take it, even though it was another star. And then we'll use the hiking boots, and then she'll safeguard in. We have to spend 8 clues to go in. So basically what I'm going to do here is just take 1 off, and then put these 8 into the trash. And that will open up the barrier camp. Diana comes along, and we're here. We have to test willpower to get dynamite. Ooh, dynamite sounds like fun, right? Okay. And we saw this earlier, right? This was to get a Tequila Lily card out. So we will now. We didn't investigate and used our boots. Oh, we could also use Milan. We'll investigate this location. It's a 4. We're 7, so we're +3. We're going to play Practice Makes Perfect to look at the top 9. Looking for a perception. We don't find it, but we did find a deduction, so we'll use that instead. So we are +4, so we'll investigate. This location has a 7, so that's 4, so we succeed. So deduction goes to our hand, practice makes perfect goes to the discard pile, and we get 2 of these clues. We're going to commit deduction again, once again being +4, and although we needed the deduction, we succeeded, and we'll grab 2 of these clues. 1 and 2, and then we'll use the 2 clues that we just got to go get a Tequila weakness out of our deck. Oh, but there isn't one. Alright, well, we looked. I thought there was one more, but I guess there's only 15 cards there. So we got 8 of the 9. We know that this is the Tequila card, so it doesn't really matter. So basically we have to make this test, maybe make that test, and then we're done. Alright, and we've got 4 turns potentially to do that. Diana did use her last action, so we're on upkeep. I have to be mindful of the leg injury because I can't move a lot with Trish. Alright, so here's that terrible secret. So, okay. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to use I've Had Worse. We're going to choose Trauma for 2 of them. We're going to use these 2 to block them, and then we're going to use Twilight Blade for the other one. Or we'll let Eldritch Inspiration go, and we're going to block these 2. However, we can only keep one of these, so we're going to keep that one. So we get 2 money, 1 from the block and 1 from our ability, and then we draw a card. And then we have resolved this effectively, and then we net out 0. Or actually, it's 1, 2, we should have 1 more. I forgot to put up from the Eldritch Invocation. Alright, so that was that. So now we're at Doom on the agenda and encounter cards. Willpower test, we are +3. I'm okay being +3. Our location shroud is 4, so we fail by 1. So we take 2 horror. Alright, well we're going to use Twilight Blade to play I've Had Worse and get 2 money. Alright, and then we go over here. If you get a clue here, bad things. Well, we're not really going to be getting clues here, so that's fine. Trish is going to move. Diana will safeguard. Oh, Diana's going to stay because she wants to make the test. So let's have Diana go first instead. So the test is 4 willpower. We are base of 5. We can go up to 6. Huh, I wish we would have had more. Let's draw. Oh, yeah, let's draw a card. That's fine. We'll take a horror and draw a card. Okay, and then we'll draw another card. Alright, so we're going to take this, we're going to get +1, we're going to get +2, we're going to get +3, so we're +4 to the test. We succeed, so we get Dynamite. So we come up here into Supplies Recovered, and write Dynamite. Well, that's pretty cool. Alright, that was all 3 actions for Diana. As we said, Trish is going to move over here. Diana's going to use her Safeguard and follow. And then Trish, after that, is just going to click for 2 money. I need to just do some math. So we're on turn 3. So 4 is here, 5 is there. We would need to draw we need to draw Shortcut. So instead, actually, we're going to draw cards. So let's look in. We have Shortcut left in our deck, so we're going to draw 2 cards instead of taking the 2 money. 1, 2. There's the Shortcut. So that's going to get us down to here. We drew that last. So that's all of our actions. So we're going to go upkeep. And upkeep. Okay. Doom on the agenda. 4 of 6. And encounter card. Attach to the nearest possessed enemy with 1 Doom if there are none. Search 1 and get 1. I am okay with this because we can just kill whatever we get. So let's go search the discard pile, and we'll go get our possessed lost researcher. That's fine. This gets attached to it, and we deal with it. Okay. Over here, make this willpower test. Penalties horror. We have plenty of horror to give, so we're just going to test it straight. We are +1, and she just used all of her cards, so yep, let's do it. Or -1 rather, so that's a fail, and then the penalty for that is discarding cards. So we are discarding 3 cards and taking 2 horror. 1, 2, 3. So the good news is the Dream Diary is one of those 3 cards, so there is a chance that we can get that done as well. The 2 horror, we're going to put 1 on Dr. Milan. In fact, he can have both of them because we don't have to worry about him anymore. We're going to shortcut our way down and attempt to get the miasmic crystal. So we're going to spend money to make this test. We're going to spend 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're plus 6 from Streetwise. So we're 11 agility. So we're plus 6. Okay. We'll be plus 3. Yeah, we passed the second time. Alright, so we did test, and then we're going to move back up. So that's good. We have, what is it called? The miasmic crystal. Okay. So we'll come over here, go down, miasmic crystal. Alright, so I think that that's everything that we could have gotten, right? We got the minerals. Oh, there was one thing that we chose not to get, right? Because there was the penalty was not what I wanted, I think. It was like, we had to put a frost token in or something like that. I don't remember. We got a bunch of stuff. Anyway, that was her whole turn. Now it's Diana's. She's going to make this willpower test, so she's plus 2 on the parlay. So we'll just test plus 2. We succeed. We are not going to use the ability, so we get the clue off, and it goes away. We're actually only plus 1 because this gave an extra. That's action 1. I mean, there's not too much we can do. Sure, let's draw a card. That's a good draw. I guess we'll spend 2 and play Delay the Inevitable onto Trish to make sure she gets out okay. And it looks like we're not going to get to do our Dream Diary again because we didn't have the extra actions. So unless we get to draw an extra card or maybe do Quick Thinking, I don't know, we'll see. I should have probably played Quick Thinking when I made the second test, actually, but I didn't. Alright, so we're doing upkeeps. Upkeep there, upkeep there. We didn't hit the Dream Diary. Alright. 5 of 6, and encounter card. Ancient Evil. It's a good thing that we have this water protection. We will put it here because it's likely that the scenario ends, and then we get our money back because of our ability. Alright, we have canceled it, and then encounter card. Attached to here, you must... Oh, I forgot to do that for water. This is gone. Oh, no, I didn't. I had the wrong one. That's what it was. Alright, so attached to this location, to leave, you have to pass a check of 2. Alright. Alright, well, Trish will try to move back to the cave. So she's plus 3. Yeah. And when is this? When the Mythos phase ends, you must spend 2 resources. Okay. Well, we succeeded. It was not during an investigate, so she moves. Diana's going to try to use Safeguard. She's only plus 1 to the check. So she'll just tech it. She succeeds, so she'll follow. And that's her Safeguard. So now Trish has 2 actions remaining. There's no way that I could both draw this card and play it and make a test. So we're just going to resign, and then Diana resigns, and we're done. So that's alright. Everyone's at camp, and we have resigned, so it's R1. Oof. That was something. Resolution 1. Each investigator gets the display. In the expedition team, record the amount of damage and horror. Find each enemy in the display whose title matches a person in the expedition team. They have been rescued, and cross off MIA. Welcome back, Takata and Amy. Each one who is not found is now crossed off. Or is still MIA? Either way. We got them, so they're back. Proceed to checkpoint 2, the attack. So let's go mark off these things. We have 3 damage on Cookie and 1 horror on Danforth. So that's up here. Danforth has 1 horror. Whoop. And then Cookie has 3 damage. Let's head over here to the checkpoint. The attack 1. Run for your lives. You will skip the next part of the scenario. Never. Stand and fight. That's what we do. You'll play the next part of the scenario, and then skip to attack 3 and 4 if you want immediately. So, skip to attack 3 if you wish to do so immediately. Skip to attack 4 if you want to take a break. So we're going to use attack 4 to take a break. In this, location's revealed, and clean up the game as normal. Okay, and that's it. We'll see everyone tomorrow night. Hope you had a good time. Good night.